Monday motivation. Start your week off flying high. Monday motivation. It's your time to rise and shine.
Happy Monday, guys. This is Rebecca here with Monday Motivation one more time. And today I have my incredible, amazing, good-looking husband here with us.
Hey, man, that's me.
And together we just would like to say Happy Veterans Day. Yesterday was Veteran Day.
Yeah, thank you to all the veterans that have served our great country here in the United States. We love you and appreciate you. Thank you for your service.
Amazing. All right, so let's go ahead and go into our talk today. You're reading a book. You're reading a book that seems to be amazing. I'm not yet there, but I'm coming soon. But it's a book about leadership. So what is your feedback on that?
Right. Well, the book that I'm reading, it's called The Dichotomy of Leadership by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin. They're two former Navy SEALs that served together in Iraq, served on the same task force, and they run. This is actually the second part of another book that they wrote, which is called Extreme Ownership, which is a really good business book, and it really talks about the beginning foundations of being a great leader. Is ditching the excuses and taking ownership of everything that you do.
So, honey, that's a great way to start the Monday, right? It's something that can motivate people. So what do you would say that is something that it is important to know about leadership in your daily life and how you run your life? Why this is important at all?
Well, if you're any kind of business owner, if you're a parent, if you're a teacher, if in your work you lead anybody or want to lead anybody, leadership is important and the study of it is important because they don't really teach that in school. It's something that you're kind of left on your own, or people believe that you're born a natural leader. And I don't necessarily believe that that is 100% true. I think there's certain characteristics, and you can see in certain people that they have certain instincts that would lead them to be a good leader. But you can be a great leader without any of those because you can learn everything. The great thing about our society is that we have the opportunity to gain more knowledge more quickly than any other time in human history because you can listen to a book, you can read a book, you can listen to a book part-time, then read part-time to absorb knowledge. There's libraries, there's the internet, there's everything, which is great for us because that means we can be better at whatever we do, whether you're a gardener, whether you're an artist, whether you're a business person, a banker, you can be better just by reading or listening to a book, which is fantastic. Highly recommend Audible. It's a great way to multitask and gain knowledge on one side and be able to do other things as well. At least a study for leadership for me, as Rebecca and I have our own businesses and stuff, it's important because without me knowing how to be a proper leader, I cannot give direction to the people that work with us to create the results that we want to.
Right, but if even the people don't have any employers, the people that don't work for them, is the leadership is still important for them to lead their own life?
Yes, I do think leadership is important, even if you don't have anybody that you're leading, because in all honesty, we all lead someone, and that someone is ourselves.
Yeah.
And so it's important to know, hey, how do I lead myself? How do I have the discipline in my daily routine to get the greatest results and maximize my results for the future, for anything? So I do think it's very, very important to to study leadership, even if you're not in a quote-unquote leadership role.
Yeah, so we're talking about this extreme ownership book that you're reading. What would be the 3 most important things that you think that was excellent?
About the book? Well, being a guy, what's really cool about that book, and some ladies, I think there's so much knowledge built into there. It's good for both ladies and guys. But being a guy, it's kind of like a war history book, some military history, and a leadership book at the same time, because that's the experience of these 2 gentlemen. Like I said, they were Navy SEALs. They served in Iraq during the Iraq War. It's really kind of cool to see like them taking their experiences from the battlefield and say, well, this just isn't applicable to the battlefield. It's applicable in every aspect of your life. So I think that's one kind of awesome quality. You get some inner workings of what goes on in a Navy SEAL's mind, which is really kind of neat. They're the elite of our country's military. And so anytime you can be the best in the world at anything, it's important to take a pause and listen to what they have to say.
That's amazing. So that is definitely a recommendation of a book about leadership. So my question for you is to start this Monday. We're doing so happy. We're doing so well. We're so happy of all the downloads that we're getting in the podcast, especially like in different countries and people they're downloading. And
thank you very much.
Thank you. This is amazing. So if you say, Joshua, in our lives and leadership for us, do you agree that there has to be someone that lead us in every different area in our life?
Yeah. You mean like a mentor?
Yeah,
status?
Mentor, leader.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you're the top dog, it's always good to have someone that you go to that knows a little bit more than you. Because there's always somebody.
Yes.
Even if you're Warren Buffett, you might want to talk to Bill Gates. Even if you're Bill Gates, you might want to talk to someone who's been there and done that what you want to do. That's one of the beautiful things about life is that we have an opportunity to become a master. And that's another great thing about books is you might be saying, well, Joshua, I don't have anybody around me that I would really consider a mentor, or I would really want to have mentor me. Well, that's the great thing is mentorship doesn't have to be one-on-one personal conversation.
Right.
Mentorship can be through a book. That's the brilliant thing about books is you can read the thoughts of some of these masters who have mastered business, law, making money, motivation, anything, science. Mm-hmm. You can read their mind and their thoughts and gather, and it's like having a mentorship. Now you might have to read that book several times before you absorb all that.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I think that sometimes a lot of people have an excuse to say, I don't have anybody to mentor me. Nobody wants to, they're not interested in me or what I have to offer. And that's not the point. The point, it doesn't matter what you are. Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
it doesn't matter where you are in life or who you are. Just because I can't call Warren Buffett on the phone doesn't mean that he's not one of my mentors. Well, he's one of my mentors because I can pick up one of the several books about him or that he's written, and I can gain insight into his mind, into his way of thinking, and how does he invest, etc. Well, it's just like him teaching me that because I can read it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then the great thing about that is if that person dies or moves to another country where you're not able to sit with them, that book will never leave you. That book is there forever. So you can have that, you can absorb that, you can absorb it quickly, you can absorb it over time, but it's there for you all the time. Books are great.
Yeah. So I would like to read a little quote from the book that you just mentioned, the leadership book. Say one more time the name of the title of the book.
The Dichotomy of Leadership.
All right. So here's a good quote. Good leaders don't make excuse. Instead, they try to figure it out a way to get things done. That is one of the authors, Jocko Willink.
Yep, Jocko Willink. Yep. Just a great thing. And in our lives, we try and make excuses about everything. About why we fail, about why we couldn't get up in the morning, about
why the day sucks.
Yeah, about like why my attitude stinks, about like, the bottom line is a leader is not going to make the excuses. A leader is going to take that responsibility, is going to say, it's my fault my attitude is bad. It's my fault that I stayed up late and slept through my alarm. They will take responsibility. When you take responsibility, that actually allows you some freedom. The ability to quit making excuses allows you freedom to give yourself discipline, to discipline yourself.
Yeah.
And discipline, I honestly believe this. A lot of people think like, well, you're just shackling yourself. No, discipline actually will equal freedom in your life if you choose to do it. It actually leads to more freedom in your life because you can discipline yourself to do the right things.
Yeah.
It's the same like if you want to be healthy, well, you should probably discipline yourself to eat well and exercise. Well, those two combined will equal the result of a longer, more fulfilled, happier life. Your body will feel better. You'll be more mentally clear. All these type of things. So if you're pounding down McDonald's and Cokes all day long, every day, it's the results of that are probably not going to add up to the best feeling of life.
Yeah. So everything that you do daily really combine in what you turn and become as in your life. So even listen to a podcast every Monday. And listen in every Monday, and you accumulate that knowledge, and then that accumulation has the results of something. There's always, even if it's good or bad, there always will be a result.
Right. That's the good thing about that. There's never, even a non-result is a result, right?
Yeah.
So there's never a point where we can't say like, well, because I did this happened. We can always see like, well, I did nothing and this happened, or I did something and this happened. We can always see that. And the less excuses we make for the actions that we have, the better our lives will be.
Yeah.
The stronger of character that we'll have. And that plays a big part. When you have a very strong character, it helps you in so many ways for you to be able to walk a straight path.
Yeah. Honey, I appreciate you being here in this Monday Motivation podcast. It's always so cool to have you here. At the beginning of the podcast, we had so many good downloads when we talk about together. And I just feel that sometimes we just have to do this together so people can hear you out a little bit, the secret success behind.
Oh, yeah. The man behind the curtain.
The man behind the curtain, exactly. Anyway, I so appreciate you being here, and I love you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I will be in the living room.
All right, thanks
you. Guys.
Bye. Bye now, guys.
Tocar na cicatriz e sentir